All right, guys, we are live. Looks like I'm the only one who has showed up. If anyone's interested in doing these live chats, I'm not going to join in. If you want to come in, just send me a message and we'll see what happens. But I sent out some invites to some guys, so maybe we'll get some other people to show up. But anyway, what's going on in the world today of guns? I was reading an article about the Ruger LC9 is now available without a thumb safety. And I was looking at it, and it looks. I mean, when it first came out, when it had that thumb safety, I was just like, "That's ridiculous." But now that it doesn't have the thumb safety, now I'm torn between that and the Smith and Wesson MMP Shield, and it's really a hard toss up. I mean, there's a lot of good and bad things going for it. It's really light. It does have the Ruger does have the magazine safety disconnect, and it is a little harder to take apart. Whereas a Shield, it's a little heavier, but it's easy to take apart. It's about 2 to 3 ounces. Like I said, it weighs about 2 to 3 ounces more. But the Shield has a bigger grip, like not width but length. Not length, but it's you guys know what I mean. It has a bigger grip, so it fits my hand a little bit better. Whereas a LC9 doesn't. But I don't know. I'm tossed between both of them. They both seem like really good guns. I know Ruger, the Ruger 700s. I guess they recalled every single Remington 700 made since like the 60s. Something to do with the lawsuit with the triggers. And so I thought that was really funny. And the more I looked into it, the more I kept reading about how the triggers are horrible on those. I don't own a Remington 700 ever since Freedom Group got involved. The quality's gone down. I mean, look at the R51. Look at that giant fiasco. That thing actually made it to customers, and now it's taken off their website. It's pretty much been recalled, and now they're giving you the option of either getting your gun back when you never know when it'll come back, or you can get like a 1911. And a lot of guys are taking the 1911. And if it was me, I would just take the 1911 and then sell it and try to get your money back, because a lot of guys, the third option was to get your money back, but who has a receipt from that long ago? I mean, seriously, who keeps those things? I mean, you might have the box and the original box and things like that, but if you don't have the original receipt, then you're kind of SOL. So I would just take the 1911 and turn around and sell it and try to get my money back that way. But Freedom's gone down. Not Freedom Group has kind of gone down. But I was looking at buying a lever action 357 sometime in the near future, and there's not a lot of options. I mean, you got your Marlin, your Henry, and then Winchester doesn't make theirs anymore, but I keep hearing good things about Winchester lever action rifles, even though they don't make the 357 anymore. And then Uberti, which is imported through Taylor and Company. That seems to be the one I'm looking at buying. They look really nice, and I think you guys would agree too. If you ever get a chance to go to Taylor and Co. It's Taylor and Company, but it's Taylor's and Co. If you're interested, I could post a link on for their website. But it's a really good website for a lot of antique revolver, or not antiques, but they're antique clones, and they're just really good looking guns. And I keep hearing really good things about them. It's all made by Uberti, which you guys probably know about Uberti through their black powder firearms and things like that. Other topics going on is the I-594. I guess last weekend, the rally in Seattle, they had about, the numbers are varied. It's about between 1,000 and 2,000 people showed up, which is kind of a low number if you ask me. Yeah, I think it should have been about 3 times that amount, but you know, it is what it is. You had about 6,000 people online saying they're going to show up, then only about 1,500 people show. It's kind of a slap in the face for gun owners, because it was held on a weekend, and if you live over in the Seattle area or just on the Western Washington area, people had no excuse why they show up. Now I'm over in Spokane. I understand if you're in Spokane, that's about a 5.5 hour drive. And my cat is trying to eat my headphones right now. He's over here trying to eat them, so I'm trying to wrestle with him with that. Surprised no one else has showed up, man. Makes me feel kind of silly, but the show must go on. And so anyway, they're doing a local rally for I-594 this coming up weekend, and I'm going to do my best to try that. I am on call. I work on call, so as long as I don't get called into work, I will show up and bring my video camera and make sure everything stays civil and just be there to observe and report and see what happens. I think I'll probably open carry. I think everyone else is going to open carry, so I might as well too. Sounds like it'd be a good little rally. But what I was saying before about in Seattle, the initiative I-594 does not allow us to transfer guns to each other. So the law is not clear. The police have a hard time understanding exactly what you can and can't do under the law. And even I read it. I've posted links on where you can read up on this. And to me, it sounds like I can't even let my friend shoot my gun out on public property. It talks about established gun ranges, and then if the gun's permanently at the range, which is still confusing because we don't know if that means the gun has to stay permanently at the range, or if you bring your gun to the range and have your friend shoot it at an established gun range. It's very vague and unclear. So we're not sure how to follow this law. But anyway, so what people were doing is at this gun rally, they were swapping guns back and forth with each other. Like, oh, here, hold my gun, I'll hold your gun. And it under the law, it should be a violation of that law. But we're not clear. Even the state patrol that was there, I was reading articles about what they said about the law. They said they're not sure if any laws were broken. They're not sure. so to me, they're not going to enforce that part of that law. They still don't understand it, and we're still waiting on exactly from the Attorney General on if that's illegal to do. Like if I let a friend of mine shoot my gun when we're out shooting guns, if I just hand him my pistol and say, here, man, shoot some targets, and no one really knows if that's illegal or not. That's been a big part of the debate of the whole thing. My cat's attacking my headphones again. He does not like these headphones at all. He's being a jerk about it. He's going to probably get electrocuted. That's all I need my wife to come out here. Like, what's going on with the cat? And why is he fighting you with the headphones? I'm like, I don't know. But I was still surprised. I invited everyone on my friends list on the Google circles, and no one has showed up. But other than that, guys, not a lot going on with me. Just been working and chilling and just trying to pay bills like every other American out there who has some kind of debt of some sort. My wife and I were trying to get out of our debt. Our debt's not that bad. We're trying to get out of our debt, and we're renting right now, but we're hoping to buy a house here in the springtime, and that'll help a lot more. My buddy and I want to set up a podcast studio and start doing some actual podcasts, not just like talking on YouTube. And we're still a little ways away from doing that. But he was supposed to be on tonight, and he said his computer crashed, so I don't know what's going on with that. Otherwise, he would be here right now, too. But I just don't think anyone else is going to show. I'll talk for a little bit more, but I'll give it a couple more minutes if no one's here. I'll just shut it down, and we'll try again maybe next month or something. But if you guys want to be in these chats, just comment on the video or even send me a message on YouTube, and I will do what I can to get you on the show here and get you talking, and we'll talk about whatever you guys want to really talk about. I don't care. We'll talk about anything as long as it's like gun related and things like that. I went to one of the local stores here in town looking for some pistol powder, and they didn't have any. I find that there is rifle powder out there, so I know the pistol powder is coming in. I talked to the clerk behind the counter. He says it has been coming in, but it's been going pretty quick. So he told me just to check in a couple times a week. So I might go down there twice a week now and just see if they have any pistol powder. I have some. I've been reloading 9mm, but when the powder's gone, it's gone. So that's what I'm trying to get, some extra powder so I don't have to be all paranoid about running out of ammo and just not being able to enjoy my hobby. One of the other guys I was talking to a while back, well, not a while back, but a couple days ago, we were talking about the 22 shortage and about how in his area where he lives, he has a Cabela's, and how people like literally run into the doors to get to the 22 aisle and grab 22. And it's like still going on. Even in December, people are still after the 22. Even my local stores, I saw 22 ammo over in Central Washington when I was doing some work over there, and they wanted $4.50 for a box of 50 rounds. I think it was like match grade stuff. It was like the really expensive stuff, and I'm like, anything over $4, I'm just like, nah. You know, even $3.50, I'm a little leery of buying it. I'm just like, you know, I don't want to pay that much. If 22 costs more than 8 cents a round, I can reload my 9mm for about between 10 and 12 cents a round, and I get most of my brass for free. And that's why the price is it drops down, because a lot of my friends who shoot 9, they just give me their brass. They don't care. And then some guys will sell it to me for dirt cheap. And it's like in my video where I talk about pick up your brass. I'm telling people, you pick up your brass, you can sell it. You know, you might not get what you want for it, but like I said, if you're just picking it up off the ground and giving it to people, I mean, you can get some of your money back at least. So that's something to think about from now on. My brother, he shoots a 40 cal. He doesn't reload at all, but he picks up all of his brass and he'll sell it and get some of his money back. And I know other guys who, and I explain all this in my video about how people will go from a shooting pit to shooting pit in the public areas. They'll just drive around all day, pick up a ton of brass, and they bring out these metal rakes, the heavy duty rakes, and they'll rake the area and get more brass, and they actually sell it. I mean, it's dirty, but it's you know, it's there, it's ready to go, and after you clean it, it works pretty good. I got a video in the works for cleaning brass. I just need to get up off my butt and finish it and wrap it up and show you guys how I do it. I use a sonic cleaner, and it works pretty good if you know how to utilize your sonic cleaner. There was one guy who just did a video on using the sonic cleaner where all I do is put water in there and he tosses brass and he's like, oh, this thing doesn't work. I'm like, well, you got to add a little bit of stuff to it. I mean, you don't have to really spend much money to add to it. And they also make sonic cleaner solutions that you could buy, the actual cleaners. But with the way I do it, it'll save you a lot of money. And that's what it's all about. If you're reloading and you're shooting a lot of rounds, you want to make it as cheap as you can without sacrificing your quality. And I think a lot of people out there would agree with me. I mean, if there's ways you could do things without sacrificing quality and safety, you're doing pretty good at making every set you can knock off the price. So other than that, still waiting on snow here in Spokane. I live in the Spokane area. I don't live in Spokane. I'm near Spokane. But no snow. I mean, this is a really mild winter. I've only lived in this area for about a year, and everyone says that there should be snow right now, and there's not. But it's I think it was in the 40s today. Actually, it was actually really nice out. I mean, for this time of year in the Pacific Northwest, I'm really surprised it's still over 35, 36 degrees out. But anyway, for I did those 2 reloading videos. I don't know if I'll do any more. I might do another one of me showing you how the Dillon 650 works in action. It's like any other machine. You're going to have your problems with it. Like some days it runs fine. Some days you'll be like, this thing sucks. It's jamming up on me. It's jamming. I'm having malfunctions. I'm having problems with this with this die or this machine not wanting to go with sticking. I don't know why. You know, it's like I said, it's like any other machine. You'll have problems with it some days, and some days it'll run like cake. The days it runs like cake are the days you crank out a ton of rounds. I'm telling you that right now. When that thing's running smooth, if say your goal is to do 100 rounds, and that thing ran like cake, do another 200 to 300 rounds. Because that day when you go do 100 rounds and you get through 20 rounds and it has a major like malfunction in that machine, you're gonna wish you did all your rounds the other day. It's just weird. It goes day to day on those reloading presses, especially the progressive presses. The next round I'm gonna start loading for myself will be the 357 Magnum, and I'll probably start reloading that in probably around February. So if you guys are interested in that, I can show you some stuff, but it's really not any different from reloading a 9mm. As long as you pay attention to what you're doing and follow the guidelines in your reloading books, you'll be fine. 9mm is a very, very easy round to reload for. A lot of people would agree with me. It's a great starting round to reload for. There's a lot of powders out there you could use. There's a lot of different loads you could do. There's it's pretty cheap. For me, it's become my new plinking round when you're shooting 10, 12 cents a round. I mean, you see 22 going for almost the same damn price. So if you can get out there and reload some 9, I'd definitely get into it. I mean, even a single stage press, I got a buddy of mine in Texas who reloads 9mm with a RCBS, and it's just a single stage press, but he's doing it and he's having fun, and he can't afford a progressive press because progressive presses can be expensive. Even a turret press can be expensive. But you can get RCBS. They sell them by the kit. You can go online and get a whole kit ready to go. You just got to get the dies. And, I mean, it's not that hard to get into. But the Square DLB, the Dillon Square DLB, if you're just going to reload pistol only, I tell people, for the amount of money you can spend, you can get into a Square DLB with the dies included and your powder measure for under $400, and it's delivered to your house. And it is a progressive, and it auto indexes too, so you can really crank out some rounds with that. It's a little slower than some of the other progressive presses, but for the price, it's definitely a go-to option if you're just going to do pistol only caliber. So it's just something to think about. It doesn't have like the case feeder or anything like that, but for the I think for the entry-level hobbyist who wants to crank out 800 to 1,000 rounds a year of certain pistol caliber, would be something for you guys to check out. Anyway, I've been on here for 20 minutes. Nobody's here, and it says I only have 1 viewer, 0 viewers. I don't know, so I don't know if anyone's even watching anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the broadcast, and I'll probably go ahead and publish this as a podcast type of thing. And this is just the first time we did this. What's funny is 2 days ago, we had a test broadcast where I had 2 of my other buddies on here. And for some reason, they're not here tonight, but it was a lot of fun. And I was hoping they would show up tonight, but, it's hit and miss on who shows up and who wants to chat. Like I said, I threw out an invite to pretty much everyone in my circles on Google Plus. So if you want to join these podcasts, put me in your circle, and I'll add you back on Google Plus, and that way it'll be real easy just to send out a mass invite, and we can get some guys in here and talk about some stuff. But other than that, guys, I am out.